ought to get back to what makes us feel alive, what makes us feel human, because we're not just here to live in a cycle or live doing the same things over and over again. Change is part of our human condition, and if we're not changing, we're not living. That's a word. If we're not changing, we're not living. So when's the last time you experienced change? When's the last time you challenged yourself? When's the last time you've done something new? That's all I'm saying. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back to Moments of Essence. I'm Essence. I'm so excited that you are here. If you are new here, this channel is all about finding greater ease and simplicity in your life, how to kind of simplify things by choosing minimalism, and I also talk about traveling abroad or traveling the country on a budget. I talk about the Christian journey as a woman, a single woman at that. So I'm gonna share more of my personal life and in another video as it relates to my faith. But for today, we're gonna talk about how to fall in love with your life. This is part 2 of a part 2 series of falling in love with your life. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to know when I post a new video. All right, so in part 1, we talked about the list, okay? Those 10, 15 things that spark joy in your life. These are just things that you have. These aren't material things. What I would like them to be are actions, things that we're doing to increase our joy and our fulfillment in life. So for example, maybe you love to crochet and you haven't done it in a long time because you've been busy working or you've got kids and it's hard to find time for yourself, okay? Or maybe you like to surf, maybe you like to bake or design things. Maybe you love to draw or paint or take pictures. These are all passions, right, that we have, and a lot of times these get pushed down on our priority list because of responsibility, okay? I'm going to talk about 3 ways that we can prioritize our passions, and these are very actionable things, I believe, that we can put into place immediately, like today. So the first thing is, remind yourself that life is to be enjoyed. Life is to be enjoyed, okay? In case no one has told you lately, you deserve to enjoy your life. You do. You really do. And there's so many external factors that get in the way of that reality. There's so many messages out there denying this reality that life is to be enjoyed. I believe this. I believe that we're here. We were made to appreciate life, to appreciate nature and animals, to watch more sunsets and sunrises, to take long walks, and to spend time with our friends and family. During 2020, I think our values shifted a lot because we weren't working. A lot of us weren't working. So who are we without work? What are we doing with our free time? You know, a lot of people spent time with friends and family. They couldn't travel, but that's something that they probably wanted to do with their free time. We're designed to be happy with our lives, to socialize, to go out for drinks, to go out and eat good food, to celebrate our lives together. We're made to be creators. We're made to co-create. That's why babies are here. We're made to co-create, not only in that sense, but also in the sense of collaborating together, making things happen together, working as a team. And it doesn't always have to be for a business. It could also be just for the sake of collaborating, okay? I think we forget that sometimes. We're a very individualistic society that believes that we have to do everything on our own. We have to pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps and make things happen. Let me get back to the things that we should remind ourselves of, okay? We should remind ourselves that we're not here to stay attached. And you're probably watching this on your phone, so if you are, whatever, because hopefully this will help you to put your phone down at some point. But yeah, we're not here to stay attached to our devices. We're not here to be attached to our careers or our houses or our apartments or our cars or these material things that we've created for ourselves. We're not supposed to stay attached to these things. What happens when these things are no longer? Okay? That's the point. I want us to be grounded in things that last. Relationship, self-love, peace, harmony, joy. These things last. These things are free. Not only are they free, but it's something that we can always have and always give to other people. Even if we have $2 in our bank account, we can tell a joke, make someone laugh, make someone smile. We can give that joy to somebody. These are things that last, and these are the things that matter. When's the last time you've laughed? Like really laughed? A lot of us are stuck in a rut. We are stuck in a cycle of consuming and spending and working, and we don't feel fulfilled in life. We don't feel like we have a purpose, and I'm here to tell you that you do. And all it takes is getting back to what you love and what fulfills you. And we can start that today. So once you ask yourself and once you remind yourself that these material things don't necessarily add more happiness to your life, they are things, right, that we maybe need or want, but they don't really contribute to our happiness, right? So once we remind ourselves of that, the next thing to do is to act on the things that spark joy for us. So maybe you made your list. Maybe on that list you have, I want to get back to drawing and maybe learn how to be a better artist. So do that, like today. What step do you need to make that possible? It's something that you first have to prioritize. It's something that you have to deem important enough to do. So maybe taking one day out of the week to draw, or to watch a video on drawing, or maybe you need to start from scratch and buy a sketchbook and some pencils. Okay, take one day a week to make that a priority. And I want you to notice how you feel once you do that. Like you're practicing self-love. You're doing something for yourself that brings joy to you. Maybe you love to run and you say, okay, I'm gonna take Saturday. Saturday is gonna be my day to run. And that time is gonna be for me. The second thing is just to prioritize the thing and to act on it. And the last but not least is, this is very important, very, very important, is to surround yourself with people who love their lives, okay? That might sound kind of silly, but the truth is, a lot of us sit around and complain about what's going wrong with our lives. We grumble and we complain, myself included, and that negative energy drains us. It drains us. And then it gets hard to see the good. It gets hard to see the positive, like what's going right in my life, you know? So it's important to pay attention to what we're consuming, even if it's listening to people. Like, what are we listening to? The music we listen to, what we watch, TV, movies, what messages are we subscribing to? So if you can find people, find your tribe, find people who get it, who love their lives and they have similar values as you, and they're doing the things that really contribute to their happiness. There are people doing this, okay? You just have to find them if you haven't already, and get in community with them. Get in community. What if we made friends with people who believed that life is to be enjoyed? Like, how much of a difference would that make in our lives, you know? For example, you can join apps like Meetup. Meetup is a great app to find people who maybe are interested in language learning, or they like to hike, or they like to travel, or to find people who like to do things and they have hobbies, basically. They have passions. So you can find people on Meetup who have similar passions as you in your area. So that's a great way to do it. You can also join a Facebook group. You can join a travel group, travel with others. And that way you can meet your people. Find your tribe. Find your tribe. Find individuals who are thrilled, excited about life. They wake up and they're like, okay, let's do this. Like, what are we getting into today? And I believe this is going to make a huge impact in our mental health, and our mental health and our physical health are connected. So if we do these three things, remind ourselves that life is to be enjoyed. We deserve to be joyful in life, okay? It doesn't matter where you're from or where you live. It's a human right. Enjoying life is a human right. Okay, number 2, prioritizing, getting serious about making time for our passions. Okay, that's number 2. And number 3, surrounding yourself with people who understand the importance of living life in a more fulfilling way, and maybe these people have similar interests as you, and you can do these things together, so you're not isolated. Maybe you haven't sculpted because you don't know anyone else who likes to sculpt, and you want to do that with somebody else. Find them. They're out there. They are out there. And it just takes some intention on our ends to make this happen. If you really want to fall in love with your life, there are some things that you have to do. It just won't happen. It won't just fall into your lap. That feeling of fulfillment won't just fall into your lap. There are some things that we have to do, and I believe the cost of doing it is worth it. The action, the effort that we put into it is worth it. And I believe you will see that. And I'm so excited to have this conversation because it's something that has been on my heart, and it's something that I'm going through as well, falling back in love with my life as well. So I wanted to share this, and if you like this topic and these kind of conversations, hit the like button, and also leave a comment on what your passion is. What is something that you love but maybe you haven't been consistent with? What is that passion for you? Write it in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.